We always talk about the right battery for the right tool. And in testing this new 5 amp hour power stack, we've tried to figure out what voltage sag is the most acceptable that you would want for the tool you're using that allows you to balance battery size and battery weight. Now, we did go down some roads with this 8-inch pruning saw that kind of didn't help us out, and it really was a bad situation. And in doing so, we were using black locust for the wood, a very hard wood, and my thought it was just rip it down, get the saw to bog the most, and then we'd be able to see what battery worked the best. Didn't work in that case, but we're back today for redemption. We're going to use the 12-inch 20-volt top handle saw. We're going to use that same black locust and just go through this, see what the batteries do in this saw. Again, we're going to watch that voltage. Let's get to cutting. If you haven't watched our videos before, these wires allow us to watch the voltage in the battery. That voltage and voltage sag is going to tell us how many amps and how much the tool is going to use and how much the battery can hold that power per whatever tool you're using. We're going to make 3 cuts with this and just watch the voltage. This is the 1.7 amp hour power stack. That power stack did pretty good. Here is the 2 amp hour compact. We were in the 14s with this. Here's the 3 amp hour compact. When slightly pushed there, we dipped into the 16s, but mostly hold 17s with this battery. Here's the 4 amp hour compact. Mostly in the 17s again until pushed a little bit at the end and went into the 16s. Here is the standard XR 5 amp hour. Again, that held 17s until it was pushed slightly at the end and went into the 16s. We have taken a step up in size and in weight. We are now at the 5 amp hour PowerStack. What a difference there. We were in the 19s and less pushed, and we dropped into the 18s. Here's a new XR 6 amp hour with the 21700 cells. Again in the 19s and high 18s when I pushed it a little bit at the end. Here's the XR 8 amp hour. We were high 18s there, and when I pushed it mid 18s, so you can see the 6 amp hour does outperform this 8 once again. Here is the 9 amp hour flex volt, and notice that we're at 20.89 volts. This has been on a different charger than normal, and that other charger sometimes brought us up into the 21 volts with the flex volts, which is interesting. So chargers could have a little bit to do with some of this. This was on the 6 amp hour fast charge, but let's see what it does. Mid-19s all the way through, even when pushing it. This battery is an absolute beast and really helps out this saw quite a bit. So when we started cutting with the 1.7 hour PowerStack, I really questioned if 3 cuts were right, but I think that gives us an idea of what's going to happen with the voltage over a few cuts, not just, you know, a really short period of time. Man, the PowerStack 1.7 amp hour and the 2 amp hour were not even close. The 2 amp hour compact just is not the right battery for this, and it really dove down farther than anything else out there. The 3 and the 4 amp hour compact did fair. The 5 amp hour XR did pretty good, and then from there on up, although there's differences between the 6 and 8, the PowerStack 5.0 really rocked it out. Now I have one more test I want to do to kind of show what this is going to do a little more longer term in its use. Let's get to that. So we just made 30 cuts on some poplar with this right in a row, very little time in between cuts, only to move around. You can see we're at 19 point, there's 19.2, 19.01. It's bouncing around just a little bit. We are right between 2 bars and 1 bar. On occasion, it'll drop to 1 bar. Let's just see how this works here. If we turn this on. Let's go back into the black locust. Saw 17s there. High 17s, and I'm pushing it just a little. Mid 17s. This battery is excellent at holding voltage even when it's down. We're going to make one more cut. (17.44). Here we go with the thermal imager. We can see the saw is fairly hot. It's showing us that we had a max of 96.2 as far as the hot spot. You know, there's some warm spots in there. The handle is even a little warm. Look at that. Well, it's still not the hottest spot. But if we take a look at the battery, and I know the hot spot is sticking on the saw, but this battery, even compared to my hand, not warm. That amazes me. It stays super cool. So that's very impressive. 30 cuts through poplar, come back, make multiple cuts through that black locust. You can see the cut speed difference between a softwood and that super hardwood that we have there. We didn't experience any cutouts with this saw, which is absolutely amazing. And when you compare the two, if you're looking at power and what you want to buy, the size difference is there. The weight difference, it's there. But it's not that big of a deal. And if you're looking to do a little bit more than just pruning, maybe you don't want to get the pruner. It sounds like common sense, but at the same point, a lot of people want a small saw with a lot of power to get things done. Maybe this older 12-inch saw is probably the way to go. With that said, man, the PowerStack battery did not heat up. This is amazing. There is zero heat coming out of this. It feels room temperature at this point. Awesome. We got to do some more long-term testing on how this battery heats up or doesn't heat up compared to some of the others, because this was absolutely just impressive to go out and just make a ton of cuts over and over and over, not have any issues, not have any speed drop per se, come in, still see great voltage, higher voltage through this use than what we've seen from 5 amp hours down on a full charge, and it's still rocking and rolling. If this is the future of battery technology, even if it's a little bit larger, this rocks. I can't wait to see the next 5 years. The next 20 are going to be amazing, but the next 5 are going to be game changers. Comments below. Love to hear what you think about all this stuff. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell for more videos, and they will be coming. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.